Okay, so I just exited this gate, the other exit. That's the possible parking field, garden side of the house, possible lounge, possible porta-trailer area. So this is, yeah, loud. So you can't get to Old Richmond Road from this because it's blocked. So there's an access road that connects to the church and connects to Walnut Hill Road. So this is the extra piece of property. It kind of dips down in the middle and it tends to flood sometimes in the middle. It's hard to tell that from here, but there's almost like a little creek. So my mom's a little concerned about putting a ton of parking in here, but I think that we could probably line some cars up in here as well as use the sides of this access road, like parallel parking. You'll see the Dean mailbox that's famous for that picture. This obviously needs to be seriously mowed. So there's some parking potential here. We just really need it to be super organized and for people, there to be a plan and for people to run it, which I'm thinking my guy cousins can do. So this is more of that extra little piece of property that people can park in. But again, it has a big dip, which it's really hard to see, kind of right in the middle of the screen. That mom doesn't want cars to get stuck in. Sorry, another itch. So this potential parking, I'm going to walk towards the church because we're going to have our first look at the church. We're going to do some pictures up here, and I think that the church is going to let us use for parking. Now, I don't know that we can afford to do valet or golf carts, or that was kind of the original idea of my mom. We could do valet, we could do golf carts if people parked up at the church. I'm thinking a lot of people can actually walk themselves because it's really not far, but there's going to be some people, of course, that aren't going to be able to, like some of the older folk. So again, this access road, this is where I used to live. My grandparents own this little red house too that's totally disheveled now. That was my very first Christmas tree. It's too big to fit in the screen. They also have a rooster and chickens. Anyway, side note. So I'm walking towards the church. If I turn left here, that's going to go to Walnut Hill Road, which goes all the way straight back there, and then it heads towards Old Richmond Road. So that's kind of the connection. That's the access. And this is the church, which is gorgeous. Why aren't you getting married in the church? Well, just 'cause, Mom. Okay, so this is the entrance to the church. And no one has talked to them yet, but I think Mom has mentioned it to Mike, the preacher, about us using this to park. Their parking here is a little funny as well. They don't really have a big parking lot. People just park on the sides of this road. And so I'm pretty certain that they're going to let us do that. And they just parallel all the way up and down into the lawn here, kind of. So this big field, I don't think we can't park here, but oops, sorry. But it's pretty and would make some pretty pictures. I'm filming all this with my iPad, so people probably think I'm a nut job. So parking all up and down here. I'm going to turn this off and walk to the front of the church to get to where we're thinking about doing a first look, and then maybe to show you more parking up here. So I'm going to turn around just so you kind of get the view. That's Walnut Hill Road, Walnut Hill Road, Walnut Hill Road. That's where it accesses. That's the access road, and that's the little red house. Okay, so I'm going to turn around and walk up to the church.